This is Major Roy McBride. I'm attempting to reach Dr. Clifford McBride. This is Dr. McBride's son. Dad, I'd like to see you again.
Somewhere in the near future, Roy McBride is asked to save, well, everything. 16 years ago, his father left with a crew on a mission to search for intelligent life at the edge of the universe. Now, his father appears to be generating dangerous bursts of antimatter.
What is happening out there is a crisis of unknown magnitude. Now, we're counting on you to help us find him. Are you with us?
The answer is yes, but under this astronaut's calm, focused facade is turmoil. Brad Pitt plays a man with as few attachments as possible. Liv Tyler appears briefly in flashbacks and messages as his wife, appropriately called Eve. She's more of a vision of a woman than a fully realized character. It's only in space where Roy is at ease, the one place where he can escape the shadow of his father.
He was the first man to the outer solar system. He was a pioneer. But there was much more to him than that.
As Roy begins his journey, there's a growing sense of paranoia. There's a minder assigned to watch Roy, played by the great Donald Sutherland.
We have to hold out the possibility that your father may be hiding from us.
Arrival on the moon brings danger.
It's like the Wild West out there. It's your first time in the war zone?
Soon the group are ambushed by space pirates. Yeah, space pirates.
We are not clear. I repeat, we are not clear. We have multiple enemy craft in pursuit.
And then there's the small matter of getting on board the rocket to Neptune. The director and writer is James Gray, and his specialty is beautifully realized stories about complex characters in crisis, such as The Immigrant or The Lost City of Z. For Ad Astra, which is Latin for to the stars, the journey may be billions of kilometers, but really this is a mission of internal exploration. Throughout the film, Roy is constantly checking in with something like an onboard therapist.
As best you can, please describe your current mental and emotional state.
It's a device to take us deeper into this father-son dynamic. We also see glimpses of the father, played by Tommy Lee Jones, obsessively focused on his own search like some interstellar Captain Ahab. Add in Roy's ever-present narration, and Ad Astra is less a space adventure like Armageddon and closer to something like director Terrence Malick's Tree of Life.
Someday we'll fall down and weep, and we'll understand it all.
But about an astronaut trying to escape his past.
I remember you tutoring me in math. You instilled in me a strong work ethic. You should know I've chosen a career that you would approve of.
At its best, this is what Ad Astra is reaching for. Deep space ruminations of what it means to be a man. Roy reckoning with his father's legacy, his anger, his isolation. So if the thrust of the story is about a dysfunctional father-son relationship, why go to the stars? Well, look at the new explosion of films about astronauts, and you can see space is like the Western once was for Hollywood, an uncharted realm where a character can be truly tested and truly alone, which at the outset makes the casting of Brad Pitt seem so perfect. Pitt is an actor who's gone from playing these cartoonish characters.
What is this guy? Crazy?
To this archetypal everyman. Now in his 50s, there's something of a cowboy in his stance, the openness of his face that always appears to be searching for something just beyond the horizon. Now, some critics are calling Ad Astra a masterpiece, but I think what stops it from truly soaring is, ironically, its reverence for Pitt. Sure, Roy is supposed to be the best of the best, unflappable, but he's so unstoppable that what little opposition is offered seems laughable. There's nothing wrong with a film about a hero, but true heroism is defined by struggle. For all the great distances Roy travels, there's little friction until the end. And yet, what ambition. Ad Astra isn't perfect, but the rare sci-fi spectacle where the inner journey is the final frontier. 4 stars out of 5. Eli Glasner, CBC News, Toronto.